Welcome, Duncan Baker-Brown, to the first Global Challenges interview. It's a series of interviews with key staff at the University of Brighton who are working to change the world we live in. Duncan, you think architecture can change the world. Tell us how.
Yeah, I definitely do. I mean, there's an interesting statistic out there that if an architect designs a concrete slab that's 10 metres by 10 metres in the plan and reduces its thickness by 50 millimetres, you save as much carbon as if you give up meat for the year. So I'm not saying don't give up meat, but I'm saying we're an incredibly impactful sector. And a sector that consumes half of all raw materials mined and harvested a year. That's 120 billion tonnes of stuff. We consume half of that. Now, the reason I mention that is because it's the harvesting and mining of that stuff that's destroying the planet. So if we reduce the amount we consume of raw materials by the way we design things, the way we design the built environment, will have a huge impact on the environment.
And this was recently recognised at COP27, where you attended.
Exactly. I mean, it's interesting that it took Glasgow and COP26 to be the first COP that acknowledged the built environment, which is so destructive. I mean, obviously, you know, we create shelter and stuff for people, which is great, but at the moment we do it in a harmful way. And it was great to be at COP27 where there was something called the Buildings Breakthrough was announced, which is the United Nations saying to the construction sector, show us what good looks like. Get together, just like the World Oceans Alliance have got together and said, this is what clean oceans look like, this is why we do it. The construction sector is going to do the same.
And you are not simply a campaigner. You also, as I understand it, design buildings that enact those principles.
Yeah, exactly. So I've always combined teaching, practice and research together.
Right.
And it sometimes makes life very busy, but it also makes, when it works, it's very fulfilling. And at the moment, for example, we're working on buildings that are on site in Sussex near the University of Brighton, where we're using waste streams from the site, material on the site, to create new buildings. And for example, one little thing, which is a big problem in the UK and across Europe at the moment, is ash dieback. So these trees are being felled because they're dangerous. At the moment, these mature trees are being shredded and burnt. I'm running around Sussex with my team collecting this timber because we're making buildings out of it. So this is a waste stream we're turning into a valuable asset.
And could I ask you about students? You yourself were a student at the University of Brighton many years ago.
Yeah,
I
a number of years ago.
What could a student arriving at the University of Brighton today expect, thinking about their future, thinking about a planet that may not survive unless we make the changes you're talking about? Yeah,
well, I think the brilliant thing that Brighton's always done is to facilitate students' inquiry. I mean, I came here 30 years ago, almost to the day, with an ambition to be a master's student focusing on sustainable design. I almost gave up architecture to join Greenpeace, and then I realised I could sort of combine the two. Right. And the University of Brighton has allowed me to do that. So I came out of the University of Brighton with my master's in architecture, focusing on sustainable development, and within 6 months I'd won an RIBA competition to design and build a house of the future, which was completely off-grid, sustainable house of the future that was built in 1994. And
is that intrinsic to what students will study in architecture today?
Exactly, yeah. I mean, my role in the School of Architecture is climate literacy champion, and what we're trying to do is to ensure that the modules, the curriculum that's being taught in the School of Architecture are what actually students expect, which is a climate literary course. Sorry, I can't say that word. It's a climate literate course.
Of course.
That meets their expectations, and so it also ensures that there's best practice throughout the school with all of what we teach is with the climate in mind, and we're talking about social justice, climate justice, as well as low carbon design and net zero design.
Duncan, thank you very much. Thank you for your time. It's a great pleasure to speak to you.
Thank you, Mark. It's a pleasure.